Now it's beginning.
Okay, I guess my microphone is working. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and I'm really excited to come with something different. I'm sure that I will probably get some hate, and I hope I get some love as well. But well, this is where we're going to begin. So, in this really tough journey of me trying to start a YouTube channel, it's really awkward that I start in this way. But well, who cares? Nobody does, right? So, please, if you're new to my channel, if you're just seeing this for the first time, please help your girl to grow, like, subscribe to my channel, and please inform your friends and tell your friends to tell their friends so that I can have a lot of love going on here. And please, I would also appreciate it if you can respond to this conversation. Tell me your experiences, and let's just have fun. Yeah, so let's get right into it. I'm doing a lot of talking. So yeah, I want to talk about something very important, something that is quite neglected. And sorry, ladies, I know you're probably going to hate me for this, but I just have to, do this for me and for a lot of young men out there. So I'm going to start with a story. So I had this friend, yeah, I had this friend. He came from the UK. He works in the UK actually, but he is originally from France. So your Frenchmen like themselves some hot chocolate. And so he came down to South Africa. Now, South Africa is a beautiful place. It's a really beautiful place. Like, there's a lot of fun to catch, and there are a lot of people to see, to meet, and there are a lot of things to do actually. So it's a really beautiful place, but the women, not so much. So my friend came to South Africa for the first time, and he a single man, just trying to mingle, work and play at the same time. And then he met this girl. Now, you won't believe what happened to him. Let's call her Precious. Okay. So my friend met Precious, right? And he ran into her at a very big shopping mall. He ran into her in Santon, and you know she she was she actually spoke to him first. And this guy is a white guy, yeah, and he didn't really have much friends, and stuff like that. So he came. She started talking to him, and after a few conversations here and there, they exchanged numbers, and she left, and he went home, obviously. So well, they met up like 2 times, 3 times. I think 2 times they did, and both of these times they had sex. And well, I know, you know starting meeting someone in a place where you're new, thinking that you could probably start up a relationship with that person, it happens. So now my friend was seeing this girl, and everything seemed to be okay. So now, you know how relationships go. I know some of my bros out there, you guys have made a few mistakes here, and you know what it means when you're not in the wrong girl. So they happen to, they happen to, have unprotected sex. And after 2 months, without him seeing the girl at all, without him having any constant conversation with this girl, she calls him, and or rather, she sends him a message and says she's pregnant. So now my friend says, "Oh wow, okay, you're pregnant." She said, "Yes." She said she's not sure. Then he said, "Okay, why not? Go ahead, take a test." And then this girl procrastinated, and then she took a test. Now, when she took a test, she just she didn't take she just used, she bought the test strip the one that doesn't show you the weeks, just the normal test strip. And she took a test and she sent a picture of that test to him. So now, after that, my friend started to support this girl. He started to send her money for her upkeep, for her to take care of the pregnancy. He called her every day to make sure she was fine, and he just wanted her to be comfortable. He wanted her to be fine. Now, my friend is a very busy person and he travels, here and there. And this girl always complains, always. So she started to make demands, and it became really weird. She started making like ridiculous demands. She wanted things that didn't even concern the pregnancy. Now, my friend was actually very nice to her. He supported her. He even gave her extra money to be able to do her personal things. But this girl had a pattern, yeah? She lied a lot. Now, my friend was more concerned about taking care of the baby, that he was blinded by the lies that came out from the mouth of this girl. Not until he opened up to me about the situation, because he started getting frustrated, he started getting really stressed. She had a lot of things to talk to him about. She made him feel so uncomfortable. Today she's complaining about her mother. She called her mother all sorts of horrible names. She painted the mother so black, so dark in front of my friend, and she made it look like she was in a very, very terrible situation. And the more she complained, because she knew how would I say, how sensitive my friend and emotional he was. The more she complained, the more he wanted to make her feel more comfortable. Now, when she complains and when he sends her more money, she uses the money to buy herself Brazilian hair, go out to the malls or club or whatever, go shopping for clothes and stuff like that. Now, where the bottom line was drawn was when she eventually told him after so she told him when the pregnancy was like 7 months that she did not have anything for the baby. She did not have clothes, she did not have blankets, she didn't have soap, she didn't have nothing for the baby. And he got really frustrated. And when he opened up to me, I told him that, but you've been sending money for the baby, right? He said, yes. Do you know where the hospital is? He said, no. Do you know, have you seen the scans? He said, actually, she did send a scan. And we tried to, because he asked her for her EDD and she then withheld the date. Now, every woman knows that when you go to the hospital and you have a scan, the doctor on the scan, the doctor automatically tells you when you're expecting to have the baby. It might not be that you would have it on that day, but you would either have it shortly before or shortly after. So she refused to reveal her date. She refused to reveal the hospital. She refused to give him the doctor's number. She refused to show him the full scan. And then it became stories. So she kept on telling him a lot of stories and they didn't just add up. And I said, okay, I want to look into this, okay? And after a lot of going around and around investigating this woman, we eventually found out that she didn't want to tell him the date when she was due because it was way past the time that would have been if it was his baby. And it got to an extent that he was just about to pay for the hospital bill, and this woman asked him to give her the chunk of money. She's like, send the money to my account. I don't want you to pay for the hospital. And that was when he started having second thoughts. Now we realized, what I'm trying to say is that girls here are vicious. Girls here are dangerous. Girls here are insensitive. Girls here are selfish And if they have the chance to ruin your life, they would not even hesitate to do that. Now, don't get me wrong. When I say girls here, I don't mean all of them. I've met really amazing people. I have really amazing friends who have turned to be like sisters to me. But talking about how they treat foreigners, if you're a foreigner and you come to South Africa, whether from an African country or whether you're a white man, you are going to get your own fair share. Okay, so this girl kept on taking money, buying Brazilian hair, going out and whatnot, and she knew all the while that the baby did not belong to this man. Now, let me let me tell you something that you won't believe. Yeah, this woman eventually gave birth to a baby. Now we all know that you would definitely know what a colored baby looks like. Yeah, this baby is a pure African child. And this girl kept on calling, texting this man, sending him pictures, saying that that is his baby, when we can clearly see that this baby does not in any way resemble a mixed race baby. So, it just shows you how desperate women are here. So they will ruin your life, they will steal all your money, all your properties if you let them, and they will leave you stranded in the cold. It doesn't matter who you are. So you need to be very, very careful. You need to be extremely careful. You are not safe. It doesn't matter where you come from. The first instinct in them is to take. The first instinct in them is to rip you off. The first instinct in them is how to get all your money and how to just build their life. And trust me, if you ask me what they do with this money, most of them are so stupid that they don't even use the money for anything reasonable. Okay, so this girl spent all the money buying clothes, buying Brazilian hair, and she did not save anything. You won't believe if I tell you that this girl lives in a ghetto, like in a township. Like, we went to her house. Her house is really, like, really, her house is, she lives in a house where there are like over 15 tenants. It's not even an actual, what do I call it now? It's like a shack. That is what it looks like. It looks like a shark. And this is where this girl is living at. This girl wanted him to rent her an apartment in a very nice, expensive area. Now, this is somebody who is not working. Now, to show you how stupid she is, she even stopped working. She wasn't looking for a job. She wasn't doing anything. She just sat down because she was getting constant money for her to just use and mess around. So, men, you ought to be careful. You come in here and the first instinct is, wow, there are beautiful hot girls here. Oh wow, it's a nice city. Oh wow, this. Oh wow, that. Trust me, the moment you let yourself to sink into this, you're going to see how much of a destruction you're going to bring to your life. So you need to be careful. You need to be mindful. You need to be watchful. Not every girl that looks at you and smiles at you has your interest at heart. You might say, oh, well, she introduced me to her mother, her brother, her friends, or whatever. But trust me when I say that, that can also be just a cliche. That can just be just a format in how to, to further rob you better. They could even plan with their family to do shit to you. I've seen and I've heard stories of guys who came here and made some good money and they ended up losing everything because of a woman. I've even heard stories of men who actually got murdered by their women. Their women organized for their boyfriends or brothers or whoever to just come and murder you. So don't come here and lose yourself. Don't come here and think that everything you see that glitters is gold. Hell no. And the girls here, do you know what they do? it's actually not so easy for you to get them, yeah? So they make it really easy for you to get them with just buying airtime and buying, a bottle of cider, or buying her a cheap meal from the, from the fast food restaurant. All of that, you can just get a girl to like be in your bed that second. But the moment you think, oh well, she was easy, oh well, she didn't ask me for much, she didn't really ask me for anything, that is the beginning of your doom, because they won't ask you for anything at that moment, because they want you to feel that they are okay with whatever you give to them. That is the way for them to let you in. And the moment you let them in, then they tell you that, then they destroy you, then they steal from you, then they set you up. So if you're a foreigner coming to South Africa, don't say you were not told. Some people might not tell you the truth. Some people might even plot to find you a girl so the girl will wreck your life. But I want you to know that you're not safe. And I'm going to do a video again talking about reasons why most foreigners do not get married to girls from here, because I had a chit chat with few of the girls and they asked me a question. Oh, why don't the foreigners like to get married to us? I'm going to talk about that in another video. Tell me if that's what you're interested in hearing. In the next video, I could make that video talking about that, letting you girls in South Africa know why foreigners don't want to marry you, and letting other girls in other countries, to understand what is really happening here. So if you have a husband or a boyfriend or whoever coming to South Africa, warn them, tell them what they stand to lose, caution them, because there's a lot of HIV passing around and people looking super healthy. You can't even, you wouldn't even be able to differentiate the sick ones from the healthy ones, but just let them know. And if you want to hear more about my essay experience, I would be delighted to talk to you about it. If you have any questions of things you'd like to know about essay, whether the girls, whether the men, whether the environment, I'm here to answer your questions, and I'm ready to do a video on that. And also, if you have any experiences that you've had, maybe visiting here with the women or the men, please don't hesitate to share your story down below at the comment section. If you have any question for me, please don't hesitate to comment at the section below. If you have any suggestions of videos I could do, also I'm open to it, so you can drop it down at the comment section below. And just let's talk about this. Let's be open. There's nothing to hide. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye.